This is a Saberforge Acolyte. It's a custom saber with a little bit of an Old Republic flair to it. And this is an apprentice saber, meaning that it's comprised primarily of the body and then also the pommel on the end. And it's configured as a warrior tier saber, which means that it is a stunt saber without sound. And I believe the blade color is frost white, although it might be white. I thought it was frost white because it has a bit more of a crisp look to it, so I'm not entirely sure because I did get this second hand. But probably my favorite feature of this hilt design, you guys, is this slanted emitter and kind of the different cutouts with it. So it's got that really cool kind of classic lightsaber silhouette, you know, with the slanted emitter. But then it's got this U-shaped cutout here. It lets a lot of the blade or the light from the blade through. And it also adds a bit of an aggressiveness to the design. And then check out these windows. So these are some windows that are essentially parallel to the angle of the cut in the emitter, and they have almost like a gill-like appearance to them. And I just like their positioning a lot. A lot of times windows in the emitter will maybe be like horizontal or vertical, and so it's interesting to see these angled in the manner that they are. Now moving down, we have some interesting grooves, and they're anodized black. And then there's a taper right here. This is a choke point that kind of helps you with handling and maneuvering the lightsaber. Here's the activation switch, and then here's a dummy switch below that. You could have this configured with a recharge port right there. And then there's kind of a lot going on in the grip section. So we have kind of these stadium-shaped cutouts, and then these horizontal grooves within each of these cutouts. And so that really adds some design flair. And then here's a cover tech wheel at the bottom for wearing the hilt, and a few more of these kind of indentations that mirror the cutouts in the emitter section. And then we get to the pommel. So first of all, in the lower part of the hilt, this part is actually a shroud, and so the pommel is kind of tucked below that. And I'll just show you. There's one groove here, and then the bottom of the pommel, well, it's vented, and it has these kind of notches to it. The notch design makes it look a little bit like the Revan pommel. But you can see this is the two-toned version of the hilt, which is the standard finish version. There's also a black version and a weathered version available as well. So here it is, you guys. This is a Saberforge Acolyte lightsaber, and it's 11.8 inches long as well, if you're wondering. And excuse me, it accommodates a 1-inch diameter blade, which is pretty standard for Saberforge. So kind of a neat Old Republic style lightsaber, the Saberforge Acolyte.